Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that touches every single one of our lives: money and possessions. In a world that constantly tells us to want more, buy more, and accumulate more, what does a life of faith really say about our relationship with our stuff? It's a huge question, so let's explore it together. Let's start with a foundational idea: generosity. The Bible has a lot to say about this, but one verse that really captures the heart of it is 2 Corinthians 9:7. It says, "Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver." Think about that for a moment. It's not about how much you give, but the attitude behind it. It's about the why. Are we giving because we feel like we have to, or because we genuinely want to? The verse highlights a cheerful giver. This isn't just a smile on your face as you drop money in an offering plate. It's a deep-seated joy that comes from participating in God's work and helping others. It's a joy that comes from recognizing that everything we have is a gift from God in the first place, and we get the privilege of sharing it. This kind of giving isn't a transaction. It's an act of worship. It's a tangible way of saying, "God, I trust you. I trust that you are my provider, and I am so grateful for what you've given me that I want to bless others with it." It shifts our perspective from scarcity, clinging tightly to what we have, to abundance. We realize that we are channels for God's blessings, not just reservoirs. When we give with a joyful heart, it changes us. It breaks the grip that money can have on our hearts and aligns us more closely with God's generous character. Now, this idea of generosity is directly linked to another crucial concept: contentment. In our modern culture, contentment can feel like a radical, almost rebellious act. We're bombarded with advertisements and social media feeds that are designed to make us feel like we're not enough, that we don't have enough. There's always a new phone, a newer car, a bigger house, a more exotic vacation. The finish line for enough keeps moving. But listen to what Hebrews 13:5 says. It's such a powerful counter-narrative to our culture of more. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." This verse connects our contentment not to our circumstances, but to God's presence. The reason we can be content, the reason we can be free from the anxious striving for more money, is because we have something infinitely more valuable: God's unwavering presence. He promises to never leave us. That promise is our ultimate security. It's not our bank account, our investment portfolio, or our property. It's Him. Being content doesn't mean we can't have ambitions or work hard. It means our sense of peace and well-being isn't dependent on our material possessions. It's finding satisfaction in what we have right now, trusting that God is with us in this moment. This is true freedom. It's freedom from the exhausting treadmill of comparison and the constant pressure to keep up. When you know that the Creator of the universe is with you, the allure of that shiny new gadget starts to fade. Your value isn't determined by what you own, but by whose you are. So we have this call to be generous and content. But why? What's the bigger picture? Jesus gives us the ultimate answer in Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 21. This is part of the Sermon on the Mount, and it's a game changer. He says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Jesus makes a clear distinction here between two types of treasure: earthly and heavenly. Earthly treasures are everything we can accumulate here: money, cars, houses, status. And he points out their fundamental flaw: they are temporary. They decay, they get destroyed, they can be stolen, they are not secure. We spend so much of our lives trying to protect and maintain things that by their very nature are impermanent. In contrast, heavenly treasures are eternal. What are these treasures? They are things like a deeper relationship with God, acts of love and kindness, generosity, sharing our faith, and investing in people. These are the things that have lasting, eternal value. They can't be taken away from you. And then Jesus delivers the punchline. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. This is a profound spiritual diagnostic. If you want to know what you truly value, look at where you invest your time, your energy, and your money. Is it primarily on temporary earthly things, or is it on things with eternal significance? Our hearts follow our treasure. If we pour all our resources into building an earthly kingdom for ourselves, our hearts will become attached to this world. But if we intentionally invest in God's kingdom, through cheerful giving, through serving others, through loving our neighbors, our hearts will be drawn toward God and toward heaven. Our priorities shift. We start seeing our earthly possessions not as an end in themselves, but as tools to be used for a greater, eternal purpose. So, let's bring it all together. The Bible calls us to a radical reorientation of our view of money and possessions. We are called to be cheerful givers, reflecting God's own generosity. We are called to be content, finding our security not in our bank accounts, but in God's unfailing presence. And we are called to be wise investors, storing up treasure in heaven, knowing that where our treasure is, our heart will follow. This isn't about feeling guilty for having things. It's about putting things in their proper place. It's about freeing our hearts from the love of money so that we can love God and love people more freely and more fully. It's about trading the temporary satisfaction of earthly things for the lasting joy of eternal significance. It's a journey, for sure, and none of us do it perfectly. But it's a worthwhile pursuit that leads to true freedom and a life of purpose. Thank you so much for watching and thinking through this with me today. If this message resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you would hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more conversations like this one. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. How do you navigate these challenges in your own life? Let's continue the conversation down there. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.